Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So today, of course, we ended up getting 2 new troops, only one of which is particularly irrelevant. However, the other guy can be farmed for a little bit of gold. But as far as what we ended up getting, of course, we ended up getting the most noteworthy one, being the 50% mana start that is currently in Event Queue drop table. Event Queue drop table in general, pretty good to go for this week, as it has quite a few good drops, not just a new one, but also things like Kraken, things like Skyla, even a chance for Megavore. So definitely worth opening up event keys this week for sure. But as far as the actual new troop, if we go over to Blackhawk, as it is a Blackhawk event week, of course, if we go over to this, we can see we have ourselves 2 new things. If I could find them. Where on earth are they hiding in here? There. There's one, and there's the other. Okay, so here's the less useful one. This one's in Glory. You can end up stocking up on green-purple. Pretty good trait stone to stock up on, too. Green-purple has the most amount of empower troops in the entire game, and essentially every single empower, particularly every single one the green-purple empowers, are viable to at least some team. So it is definitely worth stocking up on them, and given that he's an epic, you'll be able to get them for only 200 glory each. So if you've been needing green-purple trait stones still, now is the time to go and stock up off of the glory shop. But it converts all blues to red. It also gets to inflict bleed onto the strongest enemy. The secondary effect, not that useful. However, the blue to red convert is going to be pretty decent because, of course, this is off of Empower. I still feel like some of the other ones, like Mercy and such, will still be better. And given that it shares colors with Leprechaun, more often than not, you're just going to be using Leprechaun. However, the most noteworthy thing about this week is it does give additional 400 gold per PvP battle. And you can end up stocking up on quite a bit of gold by doing so. Since you could just put it into a Skeleton Key team or similar teams, quick kill the enemy with a big red burst damage, and get a free 400 gold constantly from him. So he's going to be pretty good for stocking up on gold if you want to go down the PvP method rather than the Explore method, because if I'm not mistaken, it is only available in PvP, not Explore this week. Oh, never mind. I just lied. It's the exact inverse. Wait, they made it so it's Explore only? Could have sworn I said PvP only earlier. Well, I guess I looked at it wrong. Ignore that. Well, you have to use an Explorer. Same premise, though. If anything, that's almost better because obviously you can quick kill Explore a bit better than you can quick kill PvP. But yeah, still can use it in Skeleton Key team. And that also means you could use it for quick Sunbird if you wanted to, too. And go down that route. Do it right into a Sunbird kill. Get Empower, get all the red mana, kill out the entire enemy team on Explore 2 difficulty or something with a bunch of HP buffs. Boom, rinse and repeat, and just keep doing that. Not as good as Rowain build, but you just do it lower by a difficulty and still end up getting the quick kills and get 400 gold on top of it. But anyways, we also ended up getting the more useful one, which of course is the Rogue start. I did not realize until this Rogue came out that there are currently 0 mythic rogues in the game. Next mythic next month, the first mythic, or the first Friday of next month, will be a rogue, however. So we are going to finally have a mythic rogue very, very, very soon. However, as it currently stands, there are 0 mythic rogues and like, what, 1 or 2 legendaries? I think there's only 1 legendary rogue, and it's a faction rogue, so it's not even technically a legendary rogue. But this thing is, absolutely love the art for everything that it has. But it deals damage to an enemy, and if they are submerged, it will instantly kill them. Otherwise, it will submerge them. This will be exceptionally good against Frost Mage and other similar things that spam submerge. It's also going to be pretty decent against Aquaticus. And yeah, it's just basically a hard counter submerge troop. On top of that, it also has a 50% chance, a 50% mana start to all rogues, which is one of his main components, of course. He does himself also count as a rogue. And there aren't too many synergies for this. Of course, things like Egg Thief, things like Corsair Hero Class, stuff like that. Will end up getting a pretty decent benefit from this. But as far as 50% rogue bonus, I do feel like it's a little bit lackluster in the current state of the game. And while I do still advise making sure you get it, as next Mythic will have it and some other things in the near future will probably be useful with it, I wouldn't say it's too overpowered in the current state compared to other 50%s. But it's still a nice utility to have, and mostly just going to be used as submerge counter more so than anything, I feel like. Then ever so occasionally in Guild War, because Guild War is where you're going to see the most submerge, oddly enough, due to things like Frost Mage being pretty prevalent in the game mode, and most people just running submerge on by default on Frost Mage. But anyways, hello everyone! Hello Polly! Hello Isabel! Hope all of you have been having a wonderful day so far. Hello Cookie! Hello Birdlife! I'm not sure if it's the weather or what, but I've been feeling like really depressed lately. Hopefully it'll go by. But hello Jellybean, hello Steve, hello Jefferson, hello Panos, hello Zeddicus. Doesn't help that it keeps going from like very cold days to very warm either. Hello Panos, hello Ricardo, hello Zeddicus, hello Haley, hello Ben, hello Foro, hello Drock, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I really love the new troops art. I almost want to use them just for the art. But unfortunately, he's going to be he's going to be super situational. He's definitely not something you would run in every single team, that's for sure. Maybe a few Guild War days as a hard counter and some rogue teams that might exist in the future. As it currently stands, he's relatively average, but that will change in time. But anyways, so those are those two new things. What does that bring Blackhawk up to? I didn't even click the stars yet. That brings Blackhawk up to 13 stars. Can it actually reach 14 or... No. Okay, so 13 stars is what Blackhawk can now reach. That is max for the kingdom. Can't go any higher, and that's assuming you maxed out the two new troops that just ended up coming out today. Other than that, we're going to be getting version 4.75 very soon. Preview is going to be right after the stream, actually. In about an hour and a half, the devs will be doing a preview on the next version of the game. We currently know very, very, very little about this, so even I will be learning it for the first time, pretty much everything that they're going to be go over. Do keep in mind, it is a mini patch, so don't be too hyped, as it's probably not going to be much. But nonetheless, it is a patch. It could be as early as tomorrow. It could even be as early as tonight. Who knows? Likely not. But yeah, there's a good possibility that tomorrow or sometime within the next week or so, we will be getting the next version of the game. And that'll probably tweak some things, maybe some rebalance. I don't think this is going to be the one addressing hero class. I feel like the one after this patch to 4.8 is going to be the hero class patch. But we'll just have to wait, see, and go from there. Other than that, most of the stream we will be messing around with various Guild War related teams. I'm actually Paragon again this week, so I think this is our second or third week in a row we end up getting Paragon. So hopefully we can keep it that way. And we'll be messing around with some teams just to kind of practice. Oops, that's not where Paragon is. Also, if anyone's still interested in joining the guild, we do still have 2 spots left. Of course, we have 27 out of 30, so it's not too big a deal if we don't fill them. However, I ideally do still want to fill them. So if anyone is interested in joining the guild, if you could do 1 million+ gold per week easily, and can participate in late game guild wars, raids, invasions, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, we have 2 spots open. We always get all the tasks done, and we always do pretty decent in all the other game modes. And of course, just get all the events done, like we get all raids completed, invasions, you know, all the normal stuffs. How do you watch the dev stream? They stream it on Twitch. I'll post a link at the end of the stream. But they stream it over on Twitch whenever they do their streams. And they stream every single Monday. And this Monday they just have to be doing a dev stream. Well, half the stream will be a dev stream. The other half of the stream will be going over Friday's faction. Because we are getting a new faction on this Friday. Nothing really too good comes out of this faction. It's actually pretty lackluster. It's also going to be really annoying to do on pure faction due to the fact that they have a lot of transform. And transform makes it so they end up reviving. Or, you know, their durability goes back to max. But you'll have to see how it goes. But this might actually be one of the most annoying factions in the game to pure faction. Because every single one of them has a capability to transform. And once they do, they will go back to full stats, which is obviously going to be very, very tedious to try to kill that out. So I already have a few teams made, though. I do want to go build a few more because I still need to cover the video. Probably be doing that tonight. Actually, I have an eye doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I definitely need to make sure I do it tonight. Because I'm going to be running around all over tomorrow. Oh, what do we take here? We'll grab a, take that for now. Yeah, it's Infinity +2 on Twitch, with the 2 spelled out as TWO, not the number. Hello, Ward! Oh, so hello, 4-0, if I didn't already say hi. We'll grab that for now. Take our splitty splits. Hello, Dartero. Hello, Arthin. Grab our quick dailies. We've been getting some really bad dailies this last week or so. I feel like we keep just getting commons and rares. Well, I guess we got purple deeds the other day, so I guess it hasn't been all bad. But a lot of them have been pretty lackluster. Hopefully we'll get some good ones soon. Oh yeah, Soulforge. I didn't actually mention anything about Soulforge. Last I recall, there wasn't anything this week. There's Obsidian, Centina, and I guess Arachnine Weaver. None are really top priority. Of the 3, I'd probably prioritize... Oh no, they all serve such a different role. Weaver's a 4x web and has actually one of the best trait setups of any mythics in the game. The only problem is it's very situational for its ability. Tina is the best 50% spell reduction troop in the entire game, so it has that going for it. and Obsidius is the best stunner in the game. All three of them have their purposes, but they're all very situational and not really used too often for the most part. And as far as weapons, there isn't really anything. Though I did want to go build a team around this sword, most likely, because now we can do 4 times rogue with 50% mana start, which yeah, isn't that bad. Ends up creating red and blue, which are definitely pretty good colors for rogues. I believe blue and purple would have been a little bit better, especially since purple would feed back into itself. But red or blue is still not bad for rogues, so might need to mess around with that some. That's one of the older event weapons, but you can easily get it with diamonds this week if you so choose. Oh, thank you, Ward. Definitely helps out. Every little bit of contribution definitely helps keep the channel going. Monetization from YouTube has actually been down quite a bit recently. Though I haven't been posting as many guide videos, so that might be one of the other reasons why. That and the fact that it was gone for like, what, a week and a half from December, and then like another 2 weeks from October. So recently I've been gone for quite a bit. So definitely need to get back on that this year. Luckily I don't have any plans or trips planned anytime soon. Though I might be seeing family in the next few months or so. The only problem is I don't have good internet there. Let's see. I'll go for this. I can always pre-record stuff though. YouTube has a nice feature where you can like have things auto-post, which is nice. Wasn't able to get any content out for last time when I went away, but assuming I have enough time, I can have them so they auto-post while I'm gone. Just wouldn't be able to do streams, of course, for those durations. Hello, Mark Punk. Welcome. Also, of course, we will be having a redeem code a little bit later to stream as well. Just want to get the dailies out of the way, and then we can go mess around with various Guild War teams, as that's probably going to be most of the stream. Purple Day comes a little bit later this week, which I'm really glad, so we don't need to go rush up the hero class immediately to max. Of course, we're still getting it passively up as we speak by doing dailies. However, I'm in no direct rush because, if I'm not mistaken, it is Saturday for the Purple Day. That's not where it is. Guild Wars. Yeah, it's Saturday. So we still have a while before we have to worry about Purple. But yeah, we still have, what is that, 5 days, 6 days? Yeah, 5 days. So we still got a decent while before we need to go and get this thing maxed. And by maxed, I mean level 70, because it doesn't actually use any of its level 100 perks. And then we can go over to hero class and basically have a video over Purple Guild War teams, essentially. Because that's obviously the biggest purpose of the new hero class, is to build Purple Guild War teams for the most part. That is almost the entirety of what you would end up using it for. Yeah, Obsidius is nice to have. I don't feel like 4 times stun is needed that often, though. There are some situations where you have really annoying traits to deal with. But a lot of those instances also have instances of impervious on the opposing team, which of course stun can't do anything to. It's very situational, because they would have to have good traits, but good traits that can't be stunned. I mean, that can be stunned, I mean. And of course you can go by that by using Curse, but then you basically have to use 2 options in order to disable traits, which is a bit much for most teams, to have to use half your team just to disable traits. Do you get extra points for using red troops on defend team? No. Also, you missed the start of the stream. What red defense do you recommend? As far as defense are concerned, you only get extra points for using unique. It doesn't actually matter what their composition is, though ideally, of course, you'd want to make it as strong as possible. But yeah, I can go show my defend teams real quick. Let me just finish this last little battle here, and we'll show all of our defend teams again. I don't think I'm going to be tweaking any of them. I'm going to be running the same as the last time, I think. I don't know, we'll see. But last I recall, I don't actually need to tweak any of them. They did pretty good last Guild War cycle. Most of them. Has a very particular take on Obsidius and Possessed King. Everyone and their mothers praying these 2 to heaven. I don't know. I don't feel like I use them that often. Possessed King is very situational, dependent on teams that constantly get a lot of extra turns off the board. And Obsidius is only good if you can actually stun important traits. And you're basically wasting one of your traits to disable other traits. Because stun in many instances only disables traits and does nothing else. It doesn't apply any extra damage or anything like that. So you're basically wasting a trait to waste the other enemy's traits. And that has to be a good enough trade-off to actually do in a given battle. Yeah, we haven't gotten a single Imperial deed for like a month now. Oh wait, was it last Christmas Day? Feels like longer than that. But yeah, it's been a while since we've gotten Imperial. That is for sure. I've been stuck at 6 Imperials for a very long duration, as everyone has been, or you know, at whatever number they have. The new weapon, Reflective, good. Is it good? Yes. It's not like Mountain Crusher good. It's not Essence of Evil level good, but it's within the same category. We had a team for it earlier that we're messing around with in a new hero class. It was this one. I'll just bring it to a random PvP team. I believe it's actually my purple Guild War day, so it's applicable to us testing Guild War teams as well. Which one was it? I believe it was Vespera. Yeah, it was. Oh no, I didn't use Mirror with that. Never mind. I ended up dropping Mirror. I initially used Mirror, but it wasn't as good. But we ended up using it with an Umanif team, particularly more so a Zugov team. This is based around Zugov more so than anything. But it's still a mirror-related team, and you don't necessarily have to use Zugov with it. The basic premise is you get a good first slot, like Web Spinner or Umanif or something similar. You then go and keep spamming mirror on them, and then win. That is pretty much the whole premise of this team. Something that has really good first slot value, then constantly keep buffing them over and over again. And that is the whole premise of this team. And then we won. Yep, and that's it revives. Of course it would revive. We'll throw that down for now, I guess, and then it's dead. Actually, did we even get to cast Mirror a single time? Yeah, we did. Because that's how we got the Barrier and Rage. But yeah, of course, Mirror gives every positive status effect to a ally. This can be used to gain Barrier, Submerge, Enchant, Reflect, Bless. One nice thing about it with having the Bless on it too, you can use the Bless in order to get rid of things like Entangle, for instance. So if we get to get some alignment here, we could simply get rid of that Entangle off of him. Let's see, can I get the last little bit of that mana? I just need a single purple. Looks like we'll just have to swipe it there unless I can explode enough, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to explode enough, so we'll just go for that. As you'll see, we'll get rid of Entangle by doing Bless onto it, as well as all the other effects that it ends up doing. Oh yeah, also Enrage, which is bypass traits and 1.5 times skull damage. One of the other reasons why you generally like to do it on first slot when you give all positive stats effects to something, as it is pretty beneficial to go do it to something that has good skulls, since you can simply just basically one-shot with every single time you end up getting the ability on it. And that should be matched. Actually, we'll go for the guaranteed Zugov just for the kill. We also could have gone the Umanif route. And the same premise works pretty good with Web Spinner. And pretty much anything that makes for a good first slot with high skull damage. That's pretty much how we use that weapon. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst. I would say Mountain Crusher and Essence of Evil generally are better than it. But it's still a good weapon. Does that team work without Zugov? Yes. That team definitely works without Zugov if you only have the Umanif. You would probably replace out Zugov with Leprechaun, I believe. Yeah, Leprechaun would work there. I don't think you would need another damage. Or I guess you could. Because if your Umanif dies, you're not going to have a damage. Because the basic premise of this team is just Umanif into Mirror for the most part. And everything else is just building around it. In that particular team. But we also have this thing that we'll be messing around with for Purple Guild War. This is actually one I have not ran for Purple Guild War. I made mention of a similar team to this when when the hero class first came out. Or not when the hero class first came out. When Vespera first came out last year. I made mention that she's going to be really good once next hero class comes into the game. And of course, next hero class was the Archmagus. Or Archmagus, I mean. However you say that. And yeah, that's a thing now. So we can actually go and use it. So whole premise, of course, is you go and mana generate with Ral. You then infinitely loop off of your... Don't die. What are you doing? Scion! Why are you being good all of a sudden? You haven't been meta for ages. Yeah, your mana drain just absolutely obliterated us there. Anyways, let's try that again. Let's hope something like that doesn't happen for Guild Wars. Gosh. This team actually gets rolling pretty quick, too. Obviously, the biggest issue that Vespera has in general is that it has a slow start. But this, out of every version of Vespera, probably has one of the quickest starts that you can possibly get. And now we just auto-win. You just keep doing alignment off of that. And this is almost infinite loop. Not exactly an infinite loop, but it's pretty close to such. We can just keep constantly doing skulls. Whenever we have yellow alignment, we can simply just go for the weapon. And as you can see, we get a lot of skull value very quickly. And we already won the battle. And this is what it looks like when it actually functions correctly. But it has a lot of potential for Purple Guild War. Can lose, though. Biggest issue is it has no tank. So high damage skulls can actually kill it pretty easily. But other than that, it can survive pretty well. Alright, we'll take that over. Grab that, grab that. Take herself a purple for now. Get herself destroy. We'll throw this into first slots to make it a little bit tankier for now. Also to ideally get some skull damage on it. So we can do higher damage for skulls like that. Whenever we have alignment on yellow, we take yellow alignment on yellow. Any other instance when we don't have full mana, we throw a skeleton. And he's dead. Actually, we could just take a skull as well. But that's my plan for Purple Guild War this week. And hopefully it'll work out well. Wins most of its battles. And the battles it does win, it tends to win very, very quickly, as you can see. Hello, Zakid! Welcome! Hello, Liz! Welcome as well. Still no elemental class? No, unfortunately we still do not have an elemental hero class, even though we got elemental bow last week. Though hopefully by the time we get elemental bow in next rotation, we'll have an elemental hero class. What's the Gob Truffle loop team again? Which one? Farce Troll, double Gob Truffle into Doomed Glaive is probably the overall best one, though there are a few other variants. I don't think I have the team saved because I just have it memorized. But yeah, it's Farce Troll, double Gob Truffle, and Doomed Glaive. And if you don't have Doomed Glaive, you can use either a cleansing weapon there or anything that uses green and brown, since you're going to be feeding green and brown into it to get a bunch of excess mana, or to be able to use all the excess mana, I should say. Is there one without doomed weapons? Yes, just use a cleanse weapon, like Shagra Heart or something. And you can do that to cleanse away things like Entangle, Freeze, other similar things. Also, if you don't want to use Hero, you can also replace Hero. If you feel like you have absolutely no good weapon option, you could replace it with Mirage Queen and go Farce Troll, double Truffle into Mirage Queen instead. Would War and Peace work? I would not advise War and Peace. You'd want something that would give you, that would either help keep your team alive or help apply more damage. An AoE like that I don't think would help too much, mainly because War and Peace ends your turn, guarantee, and all it's going to do is a small amount of damage. You'd be better off with some kind of board control option. Even something like an Essence of Evil or something would be better at that point, which you can get off of 250 wins off of Plague Lord Hero class. Apart from the new class, do you have all of the classes above 70? Not yet. Very close, though. The classes that we currently do not have above 70 are the following. We still need to get Diabolist, which we only have at 60. But pretty much just the newer ones. Slayer, we finally got to 70. Yeah, never mind. There's only two. Diabolist, which I have at 60, which was the one that I believe came before Arc Magnus. And then Arc Magus itself. So we still need 7 more levels on that, or sorry, 9 more levels on that, which we'll definitely have by Purple Guild War this week. And then I guess we'll work on Diabolist to go get that to 70, and then we go from there. Then we have every single hero class to 70 plus, but then we still have to get the other ones to 100 at some point. But yeah, how many do we still have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is basically 4 whole hero classes, and 4 whole hero classes is approximately, what's the math on that? That is approximately 112 hours of grinding or so, about 112 to 120 of grinding at the quickest XP rate in the game in order to go finish all the hero classes. So that number has actually gone up, not down, which means I've been farming hero classes at a slower rate as of recently. It's because I haven't been focusing it as much as I may have in the past. But I need to get on that. That, and also because I haven't been buying any Class XP lately. I've gone a very long time without buying Class XP. I think I've gone 6, 7, 8 class events without actually buying any Class XP whatsoever. So, and you know, when I say class events, I mean like the monthly one. So it's been several months since I've bothered spending gems for it to power level at some. And generally the gem exchange isn't really worth it because it's basically 1 gem per XP is what it approximately comes down to. And that is pretty expensive given that with how many more we have to go and upgrade, I believe that's a total of, let's see, what's 5,000 times 4? 20,000, it's a little above 20,000, so about 21,000. We'd have to spend about 21,000 gems to go and max every single one of our hero classes if we were to go do gems, which is obviously not really that worth it. That's nearly our entire gem stack, where instead of wasting 21,000 gems, we could instead just spend a little over 100 hours and get it all done that way instead. So that's obviously the better method. Generally, you should never really buy Class XP in the current state of the game. It's because it is extremely expensive to do so. But anyways, let's mess with other teams. So we had this gold team. This was the one for Explorer. I actually forget what the highest Explorer is that you can do Thief. Does anyone recall? Because I know some people were mentioning the concept before. Doing Egg Thief, or sorry, doing Skeleton Key and Explorer. I forget the highest level where that still works. If I had to guess, I believe it is 7. Because that seems about the range where it would still be able to kill. It's either 7 or 8, I'm pretty sure. Let's start with 7 and see if we can actually still get kills at this range. So this team is basically just a plus 400. Not sure if I'd actually want to use it in this way though, rather than just using it in another quick kill. Because the biggest issue with this is it's slower than Greed or a Leprechaun here. But of course we do have blue to red convert. If nothing else, this will get Egg Thief going a little bit quicker. The only problem is it's not going to be as much of a value initially until we really get it rolling several times to actually go get the gold that we need. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an issue just due to lack of greed, I guess. So yeah, this method probably isn't going to work as well. But yeah, it does still secure the kills. Looks like Explorer 8 would end up working. I guess it definitely depends on your base stats though as well. And then you end up getting the extra 400 gold, plus you still get the extra gold from the difficulty that you're doing it on. So how much gold is that total then? That comes out to 3,652 gold. That's not too bad for how quick that battle was. Yeah, let's go try and explore 8 and see how that goes. What am I looking for? Where's a good place? I guess Definitive Fields is fine. Let's try a explore 8. See if it actually has enough damage for this. Yeah, 3.5k for that speed isn't that bad at all. We're getting an extra 400 gold per thing. We're also reaching max capacity gold every single time. The only problem is a little bit of a slow start if we don't have alignment, which is a situation right here. And also we have to go out of our way to go farm gold initially before we can really get rolling. And then once we get going, it's pretty much fine. The fact that it didn't die is a little bit unfortunate. Are we using Thief? Yeah, we are. So we get a Skeleton Key. I mean, we can just do the extra turn thing. But, yeah, that's not too bad. 4,140 gold that quickly with the extra plus 400. I feel like this can average about 30 seconds per battle. Might take a little bit longer some of these battles, but it can also go a bit quicker if it gets a really good initial convert. This is so much weaker than doing it with something like, what's his name though? Something like a Leprechaun or something. But it does have the benefit of having plus 400 gold this week. So it's probably something you would only do this week. But seems like it might be worth it. I'm not sure. Because you can also do this for any level. You don't have to be at this high of an Explorer level to do this method, of course. Alright, we'll do one last one just to get max. That should be enough to kill it. Yes it is. And then we just go for another one. Because of course we're getting 100 extra damage. What is that? 148 that we're doing on that right now. Which isn't bad. Yeah, it definitely works. And it gets combined in the other thing. It doesn't go separate. But we are getting plus 400 gold per thing. Or we should be. That's what it says. If we go over to the thing. Should be giving us that gold. A little bit hard to tell since it's not actually separating it. But based on how high that number is, I assume it is. But yeah, whenever we use this thing, first mate, axe, lubber, and explore this week, we gain 400 gold on top of that. And it works okay for this team. Like, if you're going to use them for an actual team where you synergizes, probably one of the better options. That or Sunbird, you know, like a low-level Sunbird kind of thing on Explore 2 would probably work. Let's see. 12 is fine for double Cedric. It usually what you do. Does that actually have enough damage on with double Cedric? I don't think I've ever bothered running Key for 12 because it seemed like it'd be a bit slower than other options. But it can kind of do a Scorpius method in that you double kill to double kill. This is a much different setup for it. Okay, I feel like we are getting 0 alignments on our ability. He's being very unlucky in that regard. Also, his side effect isn't really that good either. It's just a bleed. Bleed to strongest, which doesn't really do much. If it was a 4 times bleed, I could see that being useful. But the way that is, not so much. You can use Spell Paw instead of the new troop. Well, the reason we're using the new troop is for the gold, not because he's useful. Though, of course, he does contribute to the team. But it's more so for his extra gold than anything else. Oh, we really need an extra turn here. Want to kill that last off extra turn, ideally. So apparently we're not, so I'm going to have to go out of my way to do that then. Not ideal, but it works. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's see, how much gold did we get for this one? Also, why is it not scrolling? Wait, why is it not scrolling? Seriously. Game? Hello? Hello? That is so strange. Why would it not let me scroll? That was very weird. But I assume that was a little over 4,000 gold. Do we have alignment? No. So let's go for more. That should be key range. Fortunately, last slot not down. So we're going to have to do additional key, which isn't too big a deal. The problem is we don't have alignment. Oh, never mind. We got a triple kill there. We got the 7% instant kill. One of the other reasons for using Thief. Does have 7% chance to get a kill every kill. Wait, is it 7 or 8? I believe it's 7%. Let me double check. It has to be level 100, though, to get that effect. One of the few good 100 traits. Yeah, it is 7%. I was right the first time. Every kill we do has 7% chance to get a free kill. And even if we get 2 kills at once, it does individually track both of them as 7%. It's one of the few trait effects where it actually does check every instance. There, we'll grab that for now. Get herself a nice little thief going. Do we have anything good? I guess we'll still go for the cascade. That will give us most of the gold we need. Grab the other little bit of gold. We have so many greeds that we actually do get quite a bit of gold just from taking a bunch of extra turns. Works out nicely. Keep forgetting, we can actually cast key as well to gain more gold whenever we want to. And then just clean up like that. Yeah, it's not bad gold at all. We're getting upwards of 4,000 gold per battle with this full combination. So I guess it's worth using this week. I'm not sure what that would average out to. I don't know. I feel like we're getting about 2 wins per minute. At 2 wins per minute, 8,000 gold per minute, essentially. What does that come out to? What's 80 times 60? That's math. That's 48,000, right? I think I did math right. I believe that is 48,000, or sorry, 480,000, my bad, gold per hour. That's actually really solid if it is getting that rate. It might be a little bit slower than 2 wins per minute, though. But it seems to be getting pretty close to 2 wins per minute. That's a lot of gold. A very decent amount, to say the least. Do we have convert? Yes, grab that. Go. Good egg. We still don't have enough damage to secure it yet, so we'll keep doing eggs. I wish there was an easier way to check how much damage we actually have total. Well, I guess we could just quickly add that number to it. Still doesn't show the full thing automatically, though. Also, it is advised doing Thief Hero class with this. There's multiple reasons. One is because it can hit last slot for 7 damage for cleanup if you need, which can make it so you have to do 1 whole less key hit. The other reason is it gains gold every single turn, and this specific composition does generally lack a bit of gold, so having that little bit extra helps. And the other reason is the 7% instant kill thing that it has. which is very beneficial for closing the gap. Okay, is that enough damage? No. So we'll go do that. Now it's enough damage. Double check any kind of thing on the board. Looks like we have it. Throw a thief down, even though we didn't need any of that mana there. And hopefully that skull kills it, and then we just go for the hit there. Oh yeah, also it has Hunter's Mark, which allows us to do more off Egg Thief, which is pretty nice. That's not bad. Yeah, it is potentially 450,000 gold per hour, give or take 50,000. And based on math, it looks like you can reach about 480,000. Is that enough damage? Yes. No. I think. Yes. I'll take it. Can we get an extra turn? That'll kill last slot. Come on. Please randomly get an extra turn. Okay, that works too. There we go. Also, this has a 0% chance to gain Nishas. However, this does have a chance of gaining Anus. You also have a chance of triple token. So it's not horrifically bad for token grinding either. But it's really good for gold farming, obviously. A solid 450,000 per hour, pretty much. Around there. And you can get even higher than that. I should have double checked if that was enough damage. Should never do that when you get no extra turn. There's one thing that you should always make sure you do with key in almost every situation. Make sure you actually secure a kill, because not getting that extra turn is like one of the whole points of that weapon, is to secure the extra turn. Are there any good Zugov teams for Explorer 12? Yes. Your video on him is so old that he only has one cast. What do you mean by that? I've covered more videos recently that have gone over him as a team for Explore. Our Explore Teams video, every single Explore Teams video I've done has, for Explore 12, has mentioned Zugov team. But yeah, the really, really old videos shows him when he still only had one cast. That was like ages ago. Like when he first released. Like a year and a half ago. Actually, at this point, it's almost 2 years ago. Oops, again, I did it. Whoops. Did not make that mistake. Alright, we'll stop messing with this for now. I mostly just wanted to test it, see if its rate is actually consistent. And it seems to be. Yeah, it's definitely worth using as a gold farm this week. For sure. Yep, there we go. And that one I already had made for the video. This was Possessed King. Oh no, this wasn't Possessed King. This was for the other video I already recorded. That still isn't up yet. Will be soon TM. But let's see. King of Thieves, Egg Thief, Captain, McCall. What was this? This was oh yeah, this was an all thief red guild war. I'm not sure if this is really worth using. It's very situational. But let's name it to Rogue Reggie W. Out of every single thing that I could think of to build out of pure Rogue, this was like the strongest I could think of. See if we can find something with Submerge. Nope. Are you using Frost Mage? Nope. Let's see. Something that might run for Submerge. Nope. Hey, it looks like someone else is leveling the hero class with us. Nope. You have some Submerge, I guess. Give it a shot. Oh, did I even write in the right team? Fail. Mistakes were made. I haven't used the right team. Not even the right team. Good job. Do you run Submerge? Nope. Probably not as well, but I'll check. Nope. Actually, never mind. That hero class could have ran Submerge, doesn't it? Forget if it does. You have Submerge, right? No. I'm thinking of a different one. What tree is Submerge on? I thought it was on Water Tree. Because that has Water Tree. Oh, let's just fight something. Even if it doesn't have Submerge. See how it does against a non-Submerge. Because there are situations where that would happen, of course. And of course we're running it with Corsair. Corsair is the only rogue hero class. So initially, we're most likely going to want to get Egg Thief up immediately. That's not getting her immediately. There we go. Okay, I need first slot to be unentangled. One nice thing about this team is it is a Dawnbringer build, and red generally lacks protection, and this will allow us to have protection by barriering it. So there's that going for it. We don't have any other drops, so we'll just go barrier up. Make sure it stays protected. Oh no, Zugaf doing its thing. Okay, it was a little bit bad trying to test this against Zugaf. Zugaf does have that very annoying mechanic. The only slight weird thing though is combining Submerge with AoE. Because this thing, if it doesn't get a kill, does end up submerging them. But we're more so using it for its barrier than anything else off that weapon. Oh, that's not enough to kill. That's problematic. That is very problematic. Even Dawnbringer poke it now. Oh, until you X out of it. That works too. That's the other issue. They can actually act out their Submerge too to undo it. And always die. Yeah, it's gonna be so bad against anything that doesn't have Submerge. Gosh. It is so situational. Anyone want to run Submerge? If we're in like Guild Wars, we're gonna see a billion of them. Yeah, whenever we want to find in PvP, apparently it's like none. Are you running Submerge? Yes, finally, or should be. You're running the right hero class. I assume you're also running Submerge. Also, I just completely ruined the aspect ratio there. Yeah, it's running Submerge. Almost no one runs that team without Submerge. Okay, let me go fix the aspect ratio. It'll bother me. It's off by 1 pixel. There we go, fixed. Move it back. Okay, where were we? Let's go and claim our guild task. Apparently we've already got to legendary tasks. And then let's go. And if anyone's still interested in joining the guild, let me know. We still have 2 spots left. If you could do 1 million plus gold per week. Okay, now let's go fight this Submerge one. You were running Submerge, right? Yep, okay. Let's go give it a shot, see how it goes. Yeah, Tome Robber Skull Spam could potentially work with it. Doesn't she automatically have half mana start though? I think that was the main reason why I didn't want to use her. But she does have a lot of Skull Spam. Of course, when I want it to have Submerge, it's probably going to get like 0 extra turns this entire battle. Because I need it to have Submerge. So situational. Let's see. I forgot you want Skull. I guess we do. Grab Skull first. One shot this thing. Poke another one. Go from there with Dawnbringer and then clean from there. So that will instant kill that. And that would hit their barrier as well since it does 2 instances of damage. This we can just poke. Now we can Skull poke to kill. Or wait until he acts and then use Dawnbringer. Like that. And now we get Dawnbringer. Oh, should have taken that green. And then we just poke with this and then dies. Up. You have spell reduction, don't you? 20% spell reduction. Never mind, you're not dead. Now you're dead. And of course, he can just keep gaining stats and tank off those stats. As well as again, increasingly higher damage. That's okay. Yeah, does Tome Robber actually have 50%? I could have sworn it did. Though it is still a good Skull Spam option nonetheless. No, it does not actually. Never mind. Always thought it did. It has Extreme Gold too, which is that unique thing from that one thing that gives them twice the amount off extra turns. But yeah, it creates skulls and then it's boosted by gold. And as long as you have, how much do you need for that to get the full amount of skulls? 6 minus that is 8. 8. You need 40 gold to get her full capacity of 14 skulls. We could try building around that. And build a Skull Spam. What Guild War day would that be? Blue. We could try building Blue Rogue. Let me see. Which one of these teams have I not used yet? Pretty much most of them. Oh, I did have this team saved, by the way. But yeah, it's just Forest Troll, Double King Gap, Truffle, Doomed Glaive. No, it's not saved anymore. Actually, maybe I do keep it saved. We might need it for this faction again. Alright, then again, you could just run Key Team for this faction. Because I believe Warrens is tomorrow, so you can just run Key for Warrens. For lower level Warrens. Okay, let's go build a blue team out of this. So we need this. We need the 50% rogue bonus. We need... What's a good blue rogue? for a first slot. Though we could always use hero as well as Corsair. Though is Corsair really that good of a first slot though? Treachery in this context wouldn't really work. Winter. Oh wait, I have him pure blue. I did not want pure blue. I just want any blue with rogue is what I wanted. Not even searching the right thing. That's what I'm looking for. Captain Skullbeard, but it's not consistent. Crimson Arrow is a good first slot. If we don't want to use hero. The problem is its ability is lackluster. But its skulls are nice. It is 20% dodge and 2 times on skulls. Though it already has a 75% mana start though. Even something like Bonnie already has half. Though then again, we wouldn't really ever need to use Bonnie and Captain McCall on the same team. Use Plunder and Peril with Corsair. Yeah, we would be pretty blue heavy. So we could go with that. I feel like I would want a converter at that point though. Or something to mana generate blue. Which I believe we do have a double option. Though it uses the same color unfortunately. But we could. It did get nerfed pretty hard unfortunately. Before it got released. However, it is still a decent weapon. It's basically like Skeleton Key. It deals damage to an enemy. Or deals damage to 2 random enemies. Boosted by gold and enemy's gold. So it has the boost ratio of your own gold, but also the boost ratio of the opposing gold. Whereas Skeleton Key just has the boost ratio of your own. But yeah, let's go change this class to Corsair, of course. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Class, Corsair, obviously, since we're running Rogue. Let's see, should be able to get Missile. Oh, Insulate is that should be better, immune to freeze. Hunter's Mark or Snap Freeze. Actually, in this case, we probably want to go for Hunter's Mark. Insulated, 5 gold every turn. Blue allies gain a bunch of life, which is our entire team. Submerge. Extra blue mana, so we have +3 blue. However, if we're using it in first slot, we probably want 30% dodge instead. And then all rogues gain 1 magic on 4 of a kind. So every single time we can spam extra turns. And now the only thing we'd really want is something to help keep the board down. So let me go get rid of Plunder. And apply filter, and then we can go from there. Daughter of Ice. She's not rogue, but I guess we could use her. I could always just use Empower Blue. Because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fit another rogue for a pure rogue team as much as I want to. Like, of all these, ability-wise, the one that would work best is Deckhand, but it has full mana conflict with McCall. Though we could always put McCall behind it. Create 5 purple, then transforms all purple to blue. The only problem is we'd only cover, what, 3 colors at that point? Which seems a little small. Let's see, what mythic covers the rest of these colors? If we were to go. We're missing green, we're missing brown, or we're missing... Alright, and we have to use blue. Vashtagon. Because Doom's Claw's probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. Yeah. I don't think we'd really need Curse with this team. We're not really doing any stats effects. And this is just way too random. So we're not going to be able to run that way. Yeah, let's check what Empower Blues there are. Empower. Empower Blues that work with this team. No, you convert wrong color. Astral Spirit. Well, that's a long list. Astral Spirit. No, it's not worth it. The rest won't really do much for this team. Huh. Oh, I did not mean to get rid of everything. I just meant to get rid of the lower thing. But, Blue Rogue. What else fills this gap? Oh, it still doesn't have to be Blue Rogue. Could be something else. Could always do a Steel Gold thing. But we kind of need their boost ratio for the other weapon. And I don't think we really need that much purple mana generation. This... We need a lot of purple on the board, and we're going to have a lot of blue. Tapon? Tapon converts brown to red. We're not really going to be casting Captain McCall that much. So much so I actually should probably have Tomb Robber in front of that one. I want a mana generator. I might just go Captain Skullbeard at this point. Which one to use better up front a bit further? I guess because you're a dodge, the other one would be. And then just keep that for mana accumulation. And run it like that. And then we're just missing what color? Brown? I believe brown. Oh no, brown and yellow. Let's see what minus banner we have in that regard. We're banners. Banners. Minus yellow. +2 blue, green is actually worth it. Because we need it for Captain Skullbeard. We give this a shot. Okay. That's a bit of a weird composition. I do want to test it. I guess we'll test it against this. I was going to say no, but this is actually one of the harder things we would find in Guild Wars. Like, this is an actual legit Guild War team we could theoretically see. Can you show some good defend teams for Blue Guild War and Yellow without Orb Weaver class or Zugoff? Sure. Well, Yellow definitely doesn't need it because you have that troop that does triple damage. I believe even my Blue Day doesn't use it because I ended up switching over to a Legend and Below deck. Okay, so we need 400 plus gold to get max capacity for our other thing. Do we not have any kind of cascades here? Also, that boost ratio is not going to go too high. Do you gain gold on cast? Do you have like a 10 gold? I know Key has it. Yeah, this thing does gain 10 gold on cast. Good to know. I don't think I'm going to use it right now, though. I think our best bet is just to take this blue. Fortunately, it gets a nice cascade off the top. And he drains right there. But we can now just go explode with this. And should be operational now. What's our damage output right now? Not enough is what it is. None of them have Submerge, nor will they be gaining Submerge. I think we could just go for Skull Spam and just chance it. We have Skull Dodge on Hero, so hopefully it'll trigger when we need it. Then we'll just go for Board Clear again. Hopefully get some Skulls since it creates some. Of course, you would end up getting Death Mark and a summon off that Death Mark. You still maintain the boost ratio of the other thing. I don't know. I don't think this weapon's going to be worth it. I like the concept of the team. I think we dropped the weapon for something else, though. Because it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to get the gold in a timely manner in most situations. Also, I like how it being webbed actually helped in that situation. Ah, life and death. How annoying you are. Oh, we'll grab purple for now. Skull Spam win. Yeah, we definitely need to replace out this weapon. Okay. If we do go down that route, what do we replace it with? So we need a different blue weapon. Anu Scepter seems tempting. Beastly Bow. Too bad that rogue weapon is brown-purple. So we cannot use it right now. Bronze-Lock Pistol is not bad. That's actually worth considering. Is there any blue with skulls? Other than Doomed Glaive. I mean, Doomed, whatever it's called. The blue Doom weapon. Though I guess we could use the blue Doom weapon. I'm just concerned it might block too much. Oh yeah, Withering Staff. Hold up. That's actually pretty solid. Let's see how it goes with Withering Staff, because that's Entangle. Which is a great backup plan for when our 30% dodge doesn't work. Only problem is Brown Surge is not full mana. It's 1 mana off. And we can't set our banner to it. Okay. Oh, we have not the greatest of board right now. Oh, this looks bad. He's about to get so much value from hitting us a bunch. Oh, I should have entangled. Definitely should have entangled there. Luckily, Adjel saving us. There we go. Okay. You need to go get full mana already, so we can go destroy them. I will take Skull there just to secure a kill. We do have it set to Hunter's Mark, right? We definitely should. Yes, we do. Good. This is going to be so inconsistent. There sure is room for a summoner. I don't think any rogues have summoned. Other than that one thing that summons Bandit, you know, Alpha Hero. That doesn't really count. That's not a natural, like, summon method. I do like it, though. Not sure what else we'd really replace out at this point to make this work any better. Yeah, Bronzelock Pistol or Withering Staff seems like the two best options. Withering Staff is Entangle and Bronzelock Pistol has mana and gold accumulation. We're still not using the other aspect of the hero, though. Not the hero, but the rogue, I mean. And we're already at max gold. And even get something that has 80% score reduction, it still goes down pretty easily. Hunter's Mark, are you enough damage? I don't believe so. What that extra turn you are. Nice, okay. Can we take any brown or blue there? Unfortunately, it doesn't surge. We'll grab that. Get all the skulls, and that should be matched. Oh, well, that's a gigantic miss. Maybe we should have Withering Staff first, just for safety. There we go. Oh no, we could definitely show it if nothing else. Not sure if I'm actually going to use it for Blue Guild War. But it works. It does function as a team. Best class for Rope Dart, probably Thief. Though it depends on your team. Like if you're using in a Divine-ish Ball equivalent team, you would normally use it with Divine or a different hero class. But if you're just using it just to plop it onto a team, I feel like Thief, generally speaking, is the better class to use it with. But it's more often than not used with Priest, probably more so than any other hero class. And that's mostly because the type of teams that it actually gets used in benefit a lot from having Priest class. Plus, of course, more yellow means quicker filling of the weapon. He just made two of us into daemons. That's not nice. And he doesn't even have its traits either, which I just thought we did. I was like expecting 2 explosions, then we didn't get it. That was a really valuable cast off of Possessed King. He got lucky enough to hit 220%. Also, I need to go hand out code. I still haven't yet. Gosh, this stream is flying by. That's what happens when I test stuff. I do love testing stuff on stream. I do have to say, more so than doing it off stream. Okay. So yeah, let's rename this thing. I haven't even renamed it yet. Let's name it Blue Rogue. Rogue Blue GW. Yeah, leveling up classes can be pretty tedious, but you do eventually want to get around to it. There are a lot of really good hero classes that are used situationally. Even though you could theoretically get away with using Titan for everything always, there are situations where you do want to switch them to other things. It just takes a while to go get all of them up. Hello. Also, hello, Kalthos. And hello, Original. Is there a penalty for using the same card twice on attack? No. There is no penalty for using multiple of the same troop offensively. You can literally use like 4 Christine X for Blue Guild War. And while it's obviously not the best of compositions, it would function and would not be penalized score-wise. It wouldn't be a good team to use because you get penalized score-wise for other things, like the fact that that team would probably be pretty slow. But you wouldn't get penalized for using multiple of the same, so you're allowed to. For defend, you can't. For offensive, you can. Also, someone asked about this earlier, and I didn't end up mentioning anything. But someone was asking for yellow and blue Guild War Defend, I believe it was. Both my yellow and blue Guild War Defends use... Or actually, my yellow does use Mythics now. I ended up changing it last week. But my blue Guild War Defend actually does not use a single Mythic. It's Treachery, Guardian Crown, Marilith, and Sakima. Treachery is basically free. You just get that off with some seal keys. Really easy. Probably the easiest thing on this team to get. Marilith's an epic that you randomly get as a drop. Sakima's a legend you get randomly get as a drop. And Guardian Crown you get for whenever a... you might have already picked this up. but you get this weapon whenever a Hall of Guardian event comes around, and then you can either craft it in Soulforge during the Hall of Guardian event, or you can buy it through the invasions for the Hall of Guardian event. But it's not necessarily needed to use Crown for this team. I just figured we'd basically never use Crown, and it was kind of a creative way of using it. So basically Treachery tanks initially, and pressures with 2x skull damage against a blue team. But then after a little bit, it's probably gotten weaker, and then you can use Crown, or, the AI team will use Crown, and then go to first slot with Assassin. So it's kind of like a trade-off, so that Treachery can tank for small duration while pressuring, and then you get the other threat. And that's pretty much the whole premise of it. And then you have Marilith for mana accumulation and Sakima for skull spam and cleanup. You also constantly gain extra stats to everything except your Sakima off extra turns, since Assassin counts as Naga, and Marilith counts as Naga, and obviously the Treachery itself counts as Naga. So you have a triple Naga going for it. Do you mean every day? What do I mean for that? Sorry, I didn't see the first part of your question. Or was there even a first part? Let's see, I answered that. Oh, sorry, Thrills, I didn't see your question. Why can't you use the same team every week for Guild Wars, since the troops are all different? That's what we need for the points. What do you mean? Why can't we use the same teams every week for Guild Wars? You can. You're allowed to use the exact same 4 troops every single week for every single color day. Or, I should say every single month, since Guild Wars now once a month. But, yeah, you can keep all the same defend teams and all the same offensive teams. There's a possibility the meta might have shifted since the previous Guild Wars. But generally speaking, it probably hasn't shifted enough most times that you can just use the same one for several months in a row. Just make sure to use them on the correct color day. Obviously, you'd want to set your defend red to red day and use your offensive red on red day. But, yeah, you are allowed to use this exact same ones every single month. The main thing you just need to make sure happens is that all 24 of your defend troops are unique. So you get the full amount of points. And just make sure whatever you're using offensively, if you do keep using the same ones, is strong enough to actually win. But you are allowed to use the same things. And you will not get penalized if you use the exact same defend and offensive teams the same month as you did prior. Any good Gargantuar teams? No, Gargantuar is the worst mythic in the game. Or like top 3 worst mythics. I guess it technically isn't the worst mythic anymore because even worse mythic came out of Fist of Zorn. However, it's easily top 5 worst mythics in the game, and I highly advise never using Gargantuar. He's just a mythic that's pretty much unusable. Even teams that utilize him, it's just way too slow because of how many kills he requires before he's even useful. And even then, he only does 1 shots, which is a really slow method of winning a game. Compared to Skull Spam or AoE. So why do people change it? Just because meta shifts from time to time. New troops come into the game, or they just want to try new things. That's why people change up their defend or offensive teams. But no, you don't have to change it. Some people just like changing it. You don't have Crown either. Something else for yellow counter. The attack dart. Well, on yellow Guild War defend to counter rope darts. I guess the best thing for that would be something like a Scion or a full AoE Drain. Drain is pretty good against rope dart. There isn't too many things you could really put on your AI team to counter rope dart, so normally you just don't counter it and just hope that your AI team does well against it, because it's a pretty big liability to have to cover rope dart under AI control, because obviously it has stealthy, so they can't even target it. So the only real way of dealing with it is to drain it for the most part. Drain it or kill quickly. And normally it's better just to go the kill quickly route because that will work against everything, not just rope dart. But you can put mana drain options, things like Scion, Sloth, Famine. They're personally options that I don't believe I currently use on any of my Guild Wars, but have in the past. Mana drain in general has been a bit weaker in the current state of the game, even though it's still a pretty strong mechanic overall. But if nothing else, Life and Death, a Life and Death team, if you're really concerned, you could build Life and Death for yellow or blue Guild War and do that. I actually currently do not use a Life and Death. I didn't even realize that. I currently do not use Life and Death anymore for any of my defend teams. I should probably change that, because obviously Life and Death is pretty meta still. But yeah, if you're concerned about rope dart, blue or yellow, you can just set a Life and Death as one of your teams, because Life and Death has a small mana drain on it. Also, it hits 2 enemies, the last 2 guarantee, and if for whatever reason they're using their rope dart in third slot, which generally isn't done, normally they use in first or second, particularly second, but if they happen to be using their rope dart in third or fourth, Life and Death will go and Death Mark them as well. And if they happen to be using it more towards the front, you can do a 3 mana drain off of Life and Death to drain it out, or 2 mana drain, whatever it is. I forget how much it has. I know it has a drain off on cast. Do you think that blue rogue team works with rope dart? Yeah, you could if you wanted to. You can go rope dart blue rogue. It would be perfectly fine to do so. I guess we could try incorporating it to that one team we were using. All we'd have to do is just replace out that weapon. There's a couple weapons that can go there. There's Doomed Glaive, there's Rope Dart, there's Bronze-Lock Pistol, there's Withering Staff. There's a lot of options we can run there. I ended up going down the Withering Staff route, obviously in this particular instance. But, yeah, there's plenty of options. Yeah, you can run Rope Dart, you can run Doomed Glaive, you can run, or Doomed, whatever the blue Doom weapon is called. I keep forgetting its name. Doomed Blade. I keep saying Glaive, it's Doomed Blade. But, you can use Doomed Blade, you can use Anu Scepter, though actually Anu Scepter probably wouldn't be as good, but it is usable. You could use Bronze-Lock Pistol. Like, there's at least 6 options you can use for that first slot there. I just happened to choose Withering Staff as my option there, just because it creates skulls in combination with the other things that create skulls. Rope Dart's probably the next best bet. Rope Dart or Bronze-Lock Pistol. Though do keep in mind, if you use Rope Dart, you obviously need to change banner, because obviously you wouldn't want to run minus yellow. You'd want to set a minus brown at that point, one of the better minus brown banners. Yeah, Life and Death is pretty good for Blue Guild War Day. I don't know, maybe I'll go replace my Blue Guild War. My Blue Guild War is kind of clunky right now, just because I wanted to test the new Guardian. And honestly, like, it didn't fend badly. But we probably would do better with Life and Death there, wouldn't we? I don't know, I guess we're going to go replace this team. It's a fun concept, and I like it as a concept. Treachery, Guardian Crown, Marilith, and Sakima. But we're not using Life and Death, so I should really build a Life and Death team here instead. So, you know what? We're going to do Life and Death. We're going to go and troll people with Life and Death, unfortunately. Sorry. But yeah, we'll go with it. Let me go get Orb Weaver. Where's Orb Weaver? Should already be set correctly to be ultra annoying, but just in case, 5 extra attack and PvP. And do keep in mind, Guild Wars does count as PvP. I don't think any of these will be useful, so we probably don't need to worry about that. Tank out first enemy. Dark Storm to counter out whatever storm they might be doing. Stealthy so they can't target us, which is the most important thing to set. 15% mana start. That could be worth it depending on how we're running it. And 7% chance to get a kill every kill. Otherwise we run it with the little Elven bonus because poison would probably backfire. And of course the main thing it's used for is it has immune to mana drain. And it has 35% chance to summon a giant spider, which is the most annoying and main part why I use it. Okay, so we got that with Life and Death. Now we just need to build around it. Which version should we build? There's quite a few ways that we can actually build around this. Not sure what the absolute definitive best version of it is. But I guess we'll go the elf-related version with Weaver. I don't believe I'm using Weaver anywhere, so I think we'll build the Weaver version. The nearly all-elf Weaver version. Because this hero class does count as elf, which is one of the reasons why you build around it. Also, Elf Eater. Oh wait, isn't there an Elf Eater? He doesn't have Empowered though, and I don't feel like most people use it. What's his name? Yeah, Elf Eater. But yeah, has a 50% chance to devour them. However, that's not guarantee. And he also doesn't start with a lot of mana. And I feel like most people generally don't really run this thing. Also, they can't even target Life and Death anyways, even if they were. And it would just Death Mark kill it. So it shouldn't be too big a deal. Unless they're running like Titan Hero class with 3 Elf Eaters. Which I feel like most people wouldn't do. Weaver. Also, we could just not make the whole team elf. What's the other guy's name again? Elwyn? No, not Elwyn. What's his name? The one with 50% elf. King of Veteran. Okay, so we'll have that, we'll have that, we'll have that. And then I just need one good first slot option. What's a good blue counter? Let me actually double check. What's a blue counter that uses red? Oh, hello, Amira. Not sure if I'd want to go down that route. But it is technically a thing. What colors are we still missing? Red and... just red. They were just missing red. So a mirror would work. Bonnie Rose, no. Champion of Anu, no. Champion of Guard, no. You deny red, don't you? Yeah, but we don't really need blue. What else? Red counter as well. You deny red as well, right? No. What else has it? Let's see. You get rid of blue. But you wouldn't be a good first slot. Do we not have one of those rogue things that do triple damage to blue enemies? I don't believe we do. I think that's one of the colors we don't have one for yet. I don't believe we do. One of the, what are they called? The Knoll troops that do triple damage to things. I don't think we have a blue version of it yet. That is quite unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Because that's actually exactly what I want to put there, ideally. If that ever becomes a thing in the future. Lamia? I don't think we'd really need Lamia. For the most part. Because people aren't really going to be attack buffing on a blue day. Or really at all in Guild Wars. But if nothing else, it presses damage very quickly. Ideally, I'd want a true damage option. If we had to, though. Which is what makes me kind of want to go Amira. Also, it's another stealthy, so they can't target it immediately. The only problem is it has really bad skull value. But it does have 20% dodge. Also has immune to mana drain. Also has enough damage that it might one-shot. We could go like that and just change banner. Okay, so we use every single color at this point. And then we would just need to go and get life and death up. And with that, it looks like we need a +2 purple into something else. And just roll it that way. So, let's see. What good +2 purple banners are there? +2 purple is a good +2 purple banner. +2 purple to +1 brown with minus blue is good because we're not really using King Averlarn as much. Would we want to do it in that order? Or would we want to prioritize Weaver more? I feel like we would want to prioritize Weaver more to secure kills. But yeah, I think that works for Blue Guild War then. I really wish this thing did 2 times damage to blues. That trait didn't exist when this thing got traits, and they never bothered changing it. That would be pretty nice. What would also be pretty nice if it had 50% chance to do true damage while having 2 times the blue. I don't think any of them that have 2 times to a color has a 50% chance to do true damage yet. It's still a nice theme as far as what its traits are set up as, though, nonetheless. It's a nice combination. Mana drain, stealthy, and dodge. Skull dodge. And has double damage to blues with true damage. Even has a magic steal if it doesn't get a kill. Still gets the magic even if it does get the kill, though. But yeah, I think we'll set that as blue defend, I guess. Seems like it'll work. Not the exact version of Orb Weaver that I normally run. But, curious to see how it fends, if nothing else. My only real big concern is that they do have elf eaters. Now, I'm not sure if that might be too many elves on a team. Not sure what would replace out if we did want to reduce the amount of elves. Though how many people are realistically actually going to change to elf eater to try to counter that? The only problem is there are some amount of people that probably will. And that's the bigger concern. Actually, let's go test it. Let's see how Titan triple elf eater does against it. Let me go set it as my defend team and see how bad it is. Also, before I do, let me hand out code. I still haven't yet. Code time! Let me go do that. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let me go get this code. It should be the next one in line. Get this to you guys. Also need to wrap up soon. The devs will be going over next patch stream very soon. Half the stream they're going to be going over a new patch because it's a pretty mini patch. And the other half of the stream they're going over the faction that's coming out this Friday. However, do keep in mind it's a really lackluster faction. I like the premise. It's just not a strong premise, and it's going to be really annoying for pure faction. It's probably going to be the most annoying pure faction we've had yet, or at least pretty close to the most annoying. So do be mindful of that. But here you guys go. There is the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com. Read the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Enjoy, everyone. Let's see. There's that. And if anyone still has any other questions, let me know. What is my red attack? My red attack is the following team. I'm actually not even sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it has Yalgway, Queen Titania in it. Unless I changed it recently. Where's my red attack? Yep, exactly so. Ragnagord, Yalgway, Queen Titania, Dawnbringer, and I believe I run it with 24 life. The 24 life is to keep Ragnagord alive and to give Yalgway boost ratio. You can also run it with magic, but it leaves Ragnagord with a chance of dying, and obviously you want him to not die. Also, I run Dawnbringer pretty often in Red Guild War. The main reason for this is because Red doesn't really have a lot of ways to stay alive, and Dawnbringer is actually the most viable method for staying alive on Red Guild War Day. It's probably one of the only things I really use Dawnbringer for these days. There are a few other purposes for it. But the biggest purpose I feel like is Red Guild War Day, more so than anything, is when it comes into play the most. Because blue and yellow can tank properly, red can't for the most part. There are very few tanking options under red. And while there is a mythic that can tank under red, it blocks so much mana that you generally don't use it. Has the same issue that Stonehammer has for the most part. But, yeah. Anyways, that's what we run for red. Wasn't there something else I was about to go over and just completely forgot now? Fail. There's one other thing I was about to go mess with. We were just building a team, weren't we? Oh, yeah. I wanted to go... I know what it was. I wanted to go set my defend to... the thing and then counter it with a bunch of elves. Where'd it go? It was Guild War Blue defend. Defend blue. Okay, I want that as my team. And now I need to go build a pure blue team to counter elves. Let's find a team we do not use for anything currently. That's truffles. I might be needing that. What's this one? That one I won't. Okay, so let me go and put everything we need here. So what we need for this is 3 elf eaters, Titan hero class. Okay, and now we just need Titan hero class. You do count as giant, right? You should. Yeah, giant. Titan. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, we already set the Titan. And now we need a blue weapon that isn't horrible. Maybe an Anuceptor or something. We'll put that there for now. They're going to be blocked like crazy. Is it giant weapon under this? I don't think it is. I don't even know sure if it exists. No. One doesn't even exist, probably. Even if it does, it doesn't cover blue. I'm not sure what else we'd want. I guess Rope Dart isn't bad. Yeah, we'll go Rope Dart, I guess. Alright, let's do that then. And our banner is actually correct, though I'd probably want to go +2 blue, +1 brown. Is there a banner for that? Yes, but it's minus yellow, so no. Never mind. We'll stick with that then. Okay, let's roll with this then and see what happens. 3 elf eaters with Rope Dart. Might want to put Rope Dart in a slightly different location, though. Like more up front to tank. But oh well. Yeah, that's my only real big concern is someone will run this against it and just get like 100% devour rate. Like so. But America can do stuff like that, so. Let's see. I don't know, maybe it'll be fine. Life and Death can still get its annoying death marks, of course. Oh, also, Web Spinner does not count as an elf. Oh yeah, this will work. This will definitely work. Because of all of our stealthy, they're probably not going to have stun, and they'll be forced to have to kill our last slot. Because our last slot's the only thing that can be targeted due to everything else having stealthy on our team. Since they have to target that, it then becomes a Web Spinner if we get a kill with a 75% chance. So that Web Spinner will then tank for it because the Web Spinner will no longer be an elf. So never mind. Yeah, this would work even if people run elves against it. That's fine then. Because I forgot, Web Spinner, of course, does not count as elf. it counts as a daemon, and I think that's its only category actually is daemon. So yeah, it does actually work out quite nicely then. Cool. Okay, so that'll probably be our Guild War Blue then for defend. Gosh, that team's annoying. All the Orb Weaver teams are pretty annoying. And that's just a blue variant of it. But that'll work, because we have triple stealthy, so they have to target King Avalorn. They have no choice. And then if we can get a kill, we get a 75% chance to summon a web spinner there. Also, even if we don't get a web spinner there, Giant Spider does not count as an elf either. And whenever this thing takes damage, we can end up getting that there too. Also, Giant Spider feeds into everything, so if King Avalorn dies because they have to target it, we can then get a Giant Spider there, which is the exact same color. And then that Giant Spider mana generates for the rest of our team. So yeah, I think this will be fine then. I don't think we can really adjust it much more than that. But anyways, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I'll probably start wrapping up. Also, hello, Rack HPL. Or, yeah, HPL. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have the videos up very soon going over the event stuff for the week. Which we kind of already went over right now, but of course it's a more concise video, as we normally do. And other than that, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a possibility that tomorrow night we will have version 4.85. Do keep in mind it's a mini patch. However, there is a good chance we will be getting that patch this week, like literally tomorrow, potentially. Oh, sorry, Drock. What was your question? I didn't see what your question was. What was it? Reposting it would make it easier to find. Sitting here wondering how many souls Tacet would get if he disenchanted all his extra troops. About 4.5 million. We looked at it the other day. It's not an excessively high amount. I think some people already have like 10 million that they could get from it. Though do keep in mind we have a lot of keys that we haven't done. But yeah, 4.1 million or 4.2 million or so. That's how many souls we'd end up getting from disenchanting all of them. Which would mean we'd have over 10 million souls again. Our souls are a little bit down because I ended up tokening a bunch of stuff. Or, you know, meddling a bunch of stuff. The epic levels. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't have that many. However, you have to keep in mind we have a lot of keys we haven't used. So that would end up increasing it by a lot. Oh yeah, Outlander, the team that you just mentioned, that would work pretty well too for it. I think I'm going to test what we currently have though. I like triple stealthy. I feel like stealthy is a mechanic that isn't really used too often, but is very, very strong in certain situations. Stream my reactions to the dev stream. I would if it was I could potentially do that at some point if it was like a bigger stream. But you have to keep in mind it's going to be a very small thing. Like they're probably going to go over almost nothing that's interesting. I wouldn't mind doing that for a 4.8 and especially for a 5.0. But honestly, I feel like the one tonight's going to be too small to bother doing it for. But I don't know, we could potentially do it into the future. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have anything against it for the most part. Might as well. But I don't think I would do it for this one. But yeah, I would definitely do it for 5.0 and potentially for 4.8. But this one's going to be too small to really do it for. Like, they're going to be talking about random things like half the stream anyways, most likely. Not even the actual patch. Because they're going to need to buy time. Because I think they're going to stream for 2 hours. Yet they're going to only probably have like 3 things to mention about next patch, if even that. Which will take like 10 minutes. But anyways, guys, let me go get the link to their stream. So you guys can go head over there. We'll be going over it tomorrow night. Mentioning everything with the next patch. Potentially with the next patch already being live, ideally. Because there's a possibility it comes out tomorrow night, though no official date. However, we might get an official date tonight. As far as when it will be released. But there you guys go. There's their stream. They'll be streaming there in a few minutes if they're starting on time. They should be starting in 3 minutes. And yeah, they're going to be going over version 4.75, right? And they'll be going over next faction. Though next faction is very lackluster. Fun concept. Very annoying peer faction. And very useless troops. But yeah, they'll be going over that too. But anyways, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll catch you guys very, very soon. And hopefully in next patch. And yeah, we'll be back 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. And we'll have the event videos up very, very soon. Just kind of going over SoulForge, all the normal overview that we do. A couple more teams I haven't gone over this specific stream. And all the normal stuff that we do in a weekly event video. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. I will be getting my guys tested tomorrow. and there is a chance that they might still be dilated and stuff. So it's being done early enough in the day that that shouldn't affect anything. However, if I'm a little bit late on stream tomorrow night, I'll probably make a little post on it if I do. It's probably because of that, because my eyes might still be too sensitive to actually stream, because looking at the screen might be too hard. But we'll see. I should be able to stream at normal time, especially if we have a patch. But do be aware that my eyes might be a little bit weird tomorrow. But anyways, guys, catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Yeah, definitely leave a like. That helps out a lot, as Drax Savage mentioned. And I'll catch all of you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, everyone.